Hey kitties, what up, what up? Welcome to Primal Screen. This is your host, Nick Graystone. For the next hour, we're going to talk about fantasy, reality, and everything in between. Let's go.
That was beautiful. I was just so getting into that type of music that you guys listen to every week, like the pornographic music. I love that. It's like 70s. So, Tony, if I ever do decide to go into that field, you will be producing me with that as well. I think I could do it in this very studio.
That's a dream come true right there.
For both of us, I think.
Absolutely.
Excellent. Thank you, Tony. I appreciate the morale boost. So I came prepared this week, but obviously my dongle wasn't dingling tonight, so I couldn't plug in. But we're going to go with Tony's plug-in right now. And we got a world premiere. I'm going to do a little bit different tonight. Oh, yeah, kiddies, I love it. The new DemonScar song. We'll talk about it when we get back. Same old show. So here we go. Oh, yeah. All right, so that's the new DemonScar song. Yo, I am super proud of that song. It's like a metal punk emo fusion. I feel like it tackles all those genres. Meds Speaking of which, happy birthday, brother. It's his birthday tonight, my right-hand man. I hope you're enjoying your night and everything. He sent me the chords to that, and within, I'm going to say 10 minutes, I wrote all those lyrics to it. It was just really at the right time to write and just bleed out all that stuff. And at the time, when it came to recording, because we sat on that for about a year, those harmonies that you hear at the end, I was listening to a lot of White Lion. So if you know the song Tell Me by White Lion, you'll hear similarities in the woes, and I gotta tip my hat to Greg Gavitt at Center Stage Music, because vocally he pushed me to somewhere I didn't think I could get, and he was just like, dude, just go for it and see what happens. And that's me and him pushing me to my limits. And yeah, I'm really excited about that song. So it's available everywhere. Tonight at midnight, we're going to be premiering the lyrical video for it. It's a cool little AI video, so check that out. But yeah, same old show. All right, so welcome to another episode of Primal Scream. We have a cool guest coming up in a little bit. We're going to bring him out in a little bit, but before that, I want to get to it. Again, the Reaper came a knocking again, and this week we lost Norman Lear at 101 years old. If you just look at this guy's IMDb, you have to see this man was the executive producer on so many great things that spanned through years of entertainment in TV and cinema. All in the Family, The Jeffersons, Maude, Mary Hartman, 227, Silver Spoons, The Facts of Life, The Princess Bride. Like, there's so many more that I'm leaving out. But yeah, he passed away. He led a long life. 101 years old, not bad. Sir, thank you for really, I think he single-handedly could have shaped television for all those that I just mentioned, like the 70s and the 80s into early 90s. You know, that's some heavy hitters that I just mentioned there. Some of the best television was because of this man. So thank you, Norman Lear. Rest in peace. So this week, it's going to be unprecedented. We are going to be nominating and inducting 4 people into the Fuck You Hall of Fame. And it's an unfortunate case that happened not too long ago. But the reason why tonight I'm going to be talking about it is because Gabby Petito's parents, now that's Gabby Petito in the picture there with Brian Scumbag Laundrie, who killed her, covered it up, and ended up killing himself. This was a case that rocked the world for a little bit, got our attention, showed she was a YouTube blogger, and they were on the road together on a road trip. Things went south. They even got pulled over by police where it was visible signs of her in distress, and they let them go. And it ultimately led to this girl getting killed. And right now, the parents of Gabby Petito are suing the Laundrie parents because what had happened was, Gabby Petito's parents claim that his parents and the attorney knew that Petito was dead and lied about when they knew about it. So the Laundries are believed to have shared a message with attorney Stephen Bartolino on the same day of August 30th that Laundrie sent a text to Gabby's parents, and they were saying that there was no service in Yosemite Park. He was posing that he was Gabby, but in actuality, he had killed her a couple of days before that. Brian ended up returning home on the 1st of September, and he retained a lawyer on the 2nd of September. And Gabby's mom didn't hear from him ever again or hear from her daughter. And filed her missing on the 15th of September, and he already had a head start. He was already, he might have even been killed by then, but he took off, and, basically a 2-week head start. Now, why they're suing them is because these people went on national television knowing that their son had killed this girl, and they expressed that there was hope that Gabriella Petito was located and reunited with her family. And their son had already on the run, and possibly already had killed himself. So they kind of deceived these people. And so attorney Stephen Bartolino, Laundry, and the Laundry parents, the Forias. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 fucking middle fingers to you, because what the fuck? Unbelievable. I just it's sad. It really is sad. Gabby, please rest in peace. And we got to move on from that. This weekend was a great send-off. I went to go see Kiss. It was a very emotional. The first night I was supposed to go to the show with my friend Michael Porciello. Unfortunately, Michael passed away in August, and I still had gone to the show, and what I wanted to do was put a beer in his honor in the seat where he was going to sit next to me, and that's in the picture right now. So I was reeling from that, just it was going to be a great night. It was still a great night of music and everything. I just missed my friend, So the second night was very special to me. I ended up taking Zozo. So Zozo last year went to her first Kiss show. This was her second one. And as you can see, the first time we went as we went as the Demon and Paul Stanley. But this time, Zozo wanted to go as Peter Criss, and I went as Ace. And our makeup was done by my good friend Jocelyn, a.k.a. Lydia Sage. She is at immaculook.com, so definitely look at her stuff. She does obviously she does great Kiss makeup, but she also is a very talented makeup artist for weddings and for all types of events. So definitely check her out on at her website. She really did our makeup awesome. And I got to say that I teared up a few times at this show. I just remember the first time I saw Kiss with my mom. It was at Nassau Coliseum on June 28th, 1990. So it was like I was 12 years old. And I just kept thinking about that, me getting taken by my mom to the first Kiss show. And now, supposedly now the last Kiss show, I'm taking my daughter. And just got to remember one thing. When I was at the Kiss show with my mom, we were sitting on the side of the stage a little bit up at the Coliseum, and the back of the stage was blocked off, but we saw these two people walking up. It was a guy and a girl. All of a sudden, the girl disappears. The guy's sitting in the seat. I'm watching the show. I'm not paying attention. I look back. She's on top of him, and they're totally fucking in the last row of the Coliseum. And they're shine the lights on him. My mother's so embarrassed. She's like, stop watching. And I'm like, I couldn't. I was a 12-year-old horny little bastard. Now I'm a 46-year-old horny man, but I couldn't stop watching, and it was just a crazy night. But this time, taking Zozo, and it was just a great night. Just had so much fun. They played great. I know people, ripped them apart about everything. And yes, unfortunately, Ace and Peter didn't show up, and that's not a shock to me. I didn't think that they were going to, because if you look at it, Tommy Thayer and Eric Singer have been in Kiss longer than those two guys were. I know they're the original, but these guys actually show up, do their job, and there's no problems. They're hired guns, and it was a great send-off, man. It was good to see that them end it. Well, I don't know now about the end, but supposedly now the future of Kiss is going to be AI. So A lot of people are ripping apart that. I feel like it's a double-edged sword with Kiss. They always get ripped apart about everything that they do. You know, a lot of complaining on the internet. And I feel like the complaining are from the same people that spend $50 a ticket to see a tribute band, and they're fine with the fictitious version of their favorite band, but while their other favorite band is putting out an AI version of them, they're not going to do that. So, I don't know. For me, I'm not going to drop the big bucks on it, but you know what? If it's like a cool like Atlantic City or Vegas show, I'll go check it out. You know, we'll see what happens. Maybe I won't even go see it in person. I'm definitely going to watch it, special on it or whatever. Maybe they could even remake Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park in AI. That would be pretty sick. That movie's ridiculous, you know, so why not make it extra ridiculous with the AI version of Kiss? So, I don't know. It was just a great night. I had fun, and thank you, Kiss. You know, like I'm a fan. I've always been a fan. There's really nothing that you guys could do that I probably wouldn't be a fan. So it was a great night. Speaking of great nights, last night was also awesome. Last night, I'm going to actually, I'm not doing Unboxing Your Box tonight, but I'm going to do In Between the Flaps, which is another thing when I talk about books. So I bought this last night at the Bouncing Souls show. This is 30 years of the Bouncing Souls in this book. I was just looking at it. I got to really get into depth, but it's just like the history of them. It's got like old flyers and stuff. And last night was like a reunion, you know. Big shout out to Joey D, my good friend Joe DeVito. He got us a VIP table, me and my best friend Anthony. And we sat there and we watched the Bouncing Souls kick ass. Prior to that, when we went in, they did an acoustic set. They played some classics. Anthony yelled out "Joe Lies When He Cries." They played that acoustically. And then, you know, just seeing so many people from my past, I knew it. Like, I heard that they sold like about 600 tickets or 650 tickets. And Anthony said, I guarantee we know about 400 people that are going to be here. And literally, you know, I saw like so many people from my past, people from high school, you know, people from all points of my life that have been associated with this band, you know. And it was a great night. You know, they did an awesome set, some great music, laughs, and you know, I couldn't ask for a better setup as far as like the VIP section. So that was pretty cool. And again, crucial moments. 30 years of the life of the Bouncing Souls. It shows so many things. It shows like all their album covers that were drawn up by like the bass player Brian. He's also the one that tattooed me and Anthony a couple weeks ago. It shows that first Johnny X 45, which was gifted to me. That's how the Bouncing Souls actually came on my radar back in 1995. For my birthday, my friend Megan Lapidus gave me the 7-inch of Johnny X. And ever since then, I've been a fan, you know, and I've seen them through the years at different clubs and everything throughout the city, Long Island, New Jersey. And then, you know, last night at Mulcahy's was definitely a fun event. And I might even go see them next week. They're playing in the city again because I had so much fun. So we'll definitely see about that. So I wanted to, I don't know, is our guest here yet? No? He's supposed to be logging in pretty soon. So let me check and see what's the dealio. Text him right now. So our guest tonight is going to be Ari Lehman from First Jason. He is the first actor to play the role of Jason Voorhees in the Friday the 13th series. He's going to be calling in, and we're going to do a pretty cool interview. Me and him are going to link up again early next year in January. We're going to play another gig together with our bands and stuff, and it's going to be pretty awesome. So, yeah, just waiting for him to start the start the interview. He should be here any minute. So, yeah, pretty crazy stuff. Yeah, might as well, yeah, because this weekend actually is going to be a special event. I want to thank Mr. Beery's again for being my sponsor. It's the Winter Wonderland at Mr. Beery's. It's going to be Saturday. There's going to be a bunch of bands playing. Also, they're going to have a karaoke at night. Some great Italian gourmet from my friend Christina. Her business is called Cornicello and Rustica. She actually did the HorrorCon a couple of months ago at Mr. Beery's. She's back again, so you guys are in for a treat because she always brings the good gourmet stuff, which is always delicious. And Friday night is the annual Bad Mary Christmas show. And that's going to be a great event, too. Last year I went to that. Speaking of Friday, I should even give a shout-out to myself. Tomorrow is my birthday.
Oh, really?
Yes, it is.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, December 8th. Do you know what? It's one of the darkest days of rock.
For two reasons.
What do you got?
It's Lennon and Morrison, right?
Well, it's Jim Morrison's birthday.
Oh, it's his birthday. Oh, okay.
And then
But
Ari
yeah.
just texted me. He said that the Zoom address is invalid.
Really?
Yeah. You want to...
All right, yeah, give me a second. I'll set up a new one.
Yeah. All right. Let me just write to him.
Let me just... Did I miss... You were talking about last night. Did I... Are these pictures from last night that I was supposed
Yeah,
to
those
show?
are some of the Bouncing Souls stuff.
Sorry about that.
Nah, don't worry about it, dude.
Yeah,
It's
I
all
totally
good.
missed it.
It's all good.
All right.
Yeah,
let me...
I'm just gonna write to him right now. The producer's sending over...
that's weird because it's on right now. It's... Huh, all right.
Zoom info. You want to just... what are you going to do? Text it to me?
Yeah, let me see what I can do here.
Okay. Unless you want to call him. You want to call him on the number? Can you do that?
Hang on. Let me...
Sorry, kiddies, for the technical difficulties, but you know how we roll at Primal Scream. We get through it. We actually didn't almost get onto this show tonight because Tony almost took a serious header that could have damaged the poor man permanently. I was nervous.
But we might have a bonus guest maybe in a little while.
Well,
right?
we might, yeah. Actually, Tom Green is actually in his house right now, and he's doing some stand-up. And me and Tony got to meet him a little while ago.
So I just sent the Zoom link to you on Facebook.
All right, so let me get that. Copy. No, shit. The whole thing, right?
Yeah.
Copy. And now I'm going to paste it to you over here. Shit, I don't know if that's... Let me see something. I'm cursing up a storm over here. What the hell happened over here? One tap. Here. I wish I could just copy this right now. Can you just tell me what the meeting ID is? And then I could just type it in here.
Yeah, give me a second. Let me see if I can find it.
Meeting ID. Sorry about that, Ari, if you're listening right now. We're getting this right to you, brother. And sorry to you people that are listening to right now. And I'm calling you people like my lovely listeners out there that have been through the shit with me over the course of the past couple of weeks.
Let's see.
I think I got it.
Oh, you think you got it?
454 2454. And then passcode
914-718.
914718.
Yeah.
All right. I think this is it. All right. I just sent that over to him. Is that your buddy? I don't know. He was waving. I don't know where he went.
Oh, I don't know. I wasn't looking.
That's all right.
Hey, what's up?
Oh,
Yeah.
there he is.
All right.
All
Cool.
right.
How are ya?
What's up, Ari? Sorry about the technical difficulties, my brother.
Oh, no problem. No, it's all good. It's lovely. It's wonderful. It's a happy holidays.
No one
Good to
can
see
kill
you guys.
Jason, and Zoom won't kill Jason because Jason never dies.
No, Jason's going to come and kill Zoom.
Right?
Yeah.
That could be like a new plot for a new Friday the 13th. You might be onto
Well,
something.
yeah, I mean, I've already written a whole thing of Jason versus AI.
Oh, man. I don't think they stand a chance.
Well, it could be really, because we have to bring Jason into, look at all this lovely modern technology we have here. Little Jason, big Jason, they can't speak. Okay, Nick?
Right?
But maybe they could text.
Okay.
Okay, if you gave Jason a phone, would he text people? Is the question. Are you guys still there?
Yeah, no, I'm here. I hear you.
I could just see blood red now. What's going on?
we got you. I'm having all sorts of difficulties here, but bear with me. I think I got it figured out. Just keep
we
going.
On live yet?
Yes,
Yeah,
we're
we're
on
on
yeah,
live.
Yeah.
Oh, good, because I'll keep telling jokes then.
Do you see me now?
Yeah. So you give Jason a phone,
Okay.
and then you'll be able to text people up there.
That's
He'll
cool.
be Camp Crystal Lake texting people. He'll be like, "I'm right behind you." LOL. Stuff like that.
You know what, too? And it would be good with this generation because they live and they die by the phone. So, I mean, this
Oh my
is...
God. They need Jason. Yeah, they would sympathize. What if the whole plot is like Jason's walking around in the woods and he finds a cell phone? Boom. He just starts playing around with it. Someone GPS's the phone. They start looking for it. It's just crazy things could happen. I think ultimately Jason has to face AI at one point. I had an idea Jason doesn't use weapons outside. Pardon me. He doesn't use guns. He doesn't use, ammunition type weapons. Okay. And also he doesn't tend to drive vehicles. So I had an idea that there's this AI that anything that approaches it that has either a weapon, so it's going to detonate the ammunition inside the tank before it gets there. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So if a soldier has ammunition, it's going to blow him up. Also, if you're in a vehicle or an airplane or something, boom, it just blows up the engine, right? But see, Jason is the only super soldier who can get through and fight this AI by just, macheting it to death.
So he's an ally.
An army of Jasons, guys, an army of Jasons. That's the future.
So he's an ally at this point.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, we've realized we have to harness his power. He's all about mama. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
So
it all goes back to mama. Speaking of which, for those of you just tuning in right now, I did introduce him, but he wasn't on screen at the point. This is Ari Lehman. He is in the rock band First Jason, and he's also the actor that portrayed Jason Voorhees in the original Friday 13th. So he is indeed the first Jason.
Nick Graystone.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you, bro.
You're welcome, dude. Thank you for coming on to Primal
Man,
Scream.
you remember the first time we met at Lucky 13, bro?
Yes.
That was years ago, and we were rocking out Lucky 13, and we're going to be doing it again.
Right.
It's become like that's our stomping ground in New York City because we love Jeff and the gang there, all the bartenders and everybody.
Sure. It's a good time.
Fun club. Yeah, there's the poster. We're really excited about that. But
yeah, the poster looks awesome, man.
When I heard DemonScar for the first time. I'm Ari Lehman, rhymes with demon. So demons are important to me. And, DemonScar is a demon star, man. You guys are awesome.
Thank you, dude. I appreciate
And
that.
I love that band. And how
We
you
love
kind
you.
of harness all these different eras of great punk and rock and roll. And it's got a great kind of New York vibe to it too. So I just love it, man.
Thank you, dude. I appreciate that. So, you speaking of the New York vibe and the punk and all that. Now, growing up, what was Ari into? Like, what did you used to listen to growing up that made you want to be a musician?
Oh man. Well, when I was really young, I got turned on to Jimi Hendrix. That was really one of my first things because the first ever band that I was in was a Hendrix cover band, playing keyboard, believe it or not, which kind of shows you why I play heavy metal guitar today. But then, and this is how old I am, Bob Marley and the Wailers started hitting the radio. And I was like, man, what is that with the organ and the pop and bubble and the whole cool thing? So I wanted to learn all about that too. And I got way into reggae music. But gosh, Nick, it's I've had so many influences. Then of course I kind of got into prog. I was kind of a real prog kid with Jethro Tull and Yes.
Okay, like
And
ELO.
then ultimately, like King Crimson.
Okay,
I was like so into King Crimson, and in high school, that was my kind of go-to because they were actually coming out with those albums at that time. Adrian Belew, Robert Fripp, Bill Bruford. So yeah, I kind of got into that whole kind of musicianship trip and proceeded to study jazz, as a matter of fact. So when I came to New York City, I was a jazz major at New York University, which meant that I could go downstairs for the price of a beer. Nick, I could sit there and go to Bradley's and listen to players like Hank Jones, Tommy Flanagan, McCoy Tyner, George Coleman, the sax player. I mean, I got to see some of the great jazz musicians while they were alive, and so that put me on a whole track there. Ultimately, when I got out of New York University, the first thing that happened was I started working with a band from West Africa. Okay. I happened to know some taxi drivers who were Nigerian. And one day they called me up. They said, Ari, my friend has come. You have to meet my friend, and he wants to audition you. So long story short, I was hired by a band from Nigeria, West Africa called Majek Fashek and the Prisoners of Conscience.
whoa.
And man, that was a wild ride because Little Steven produced the album for this band, and we worked for Jimmy Iovine and Interscope Records and Tough Gong Records, man.
And this was your first thing.
Yeah,
Holy shit!
I played at the Apollo Theater and got a standing ovation. Okay, because why? Because they had this song called Mother, and that was like my audition. He said, play on this song, Moda. Moda. So I said, okay. It was in C minor. And any keyboardist out there will tell you C minor, it's like E for a guitar player,
Right.
C minor. I could just burn on this thing, man. So they loved it, and crazy story, the Apollo Theater has a natural reverb. It has a natural delay.
Oh, it's a great place to see shows.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
But that's the thing why they always say artists get a little bit thrown
Nervous?
off at first if you're not ready, because if you play a note, it bounces off the back wall and then comes back in like a natural delay.
Right.
It's very unique space. So I was ready for it. Somebody told me, you know. So anyway, the singer, Majek, he goes, you know, he points at me to start soloing this song, you know, and I start soloing, I'm tearing it up, and I'm literally playing with the delay because I'm like, you know, boop, bop, boop, ba bop, you know, just using it natural delay. And there's like a balcony, but it's very close to the stage.
Right.
And the people, he goes, this is very funny. Majek goes, from Brooklyn, my Jewish brother, Iriites. They called me Iriites, like
Iriites?
Rastafarians. Instead of Ari, I swear he goes, my Jewish brother from Brooklyn. And the whole crowd just stands up.
It went off.
They're all big Nigerian people, you know, huge. Like I was like tiny compared to them. And they're all, whoa, they standing ovation, you know. Oh, my
that's
God.
so awesome.
That was insane.
So you were basically playing like Pong with your notes off the.
Yeah.
Wow, dude.
So anyone who plays at Apollo Theater, remember that. But it was a fantastic night, and then we went on tour. I toured with that band for a few years.
Yeah.
And so I was always trying to learn different things, Nick. I tried to learn African music, Latin music, music from the Middle East, music from India, you know, Chinese music, anything I could learn.
So world music,
West African music.
Yeah.
I got involved with, and so I had some great teachers. But then, as things went on, okay, you see what happened was I was at the Meadowlands for an event. It was a Fangoria Chiller Theater.
Okay.
Fangoria Chiller Theater Con at
like the Meadowlands. Oh, at the Meadowlands itself, or like the Meadowlands like hotel.
No, like the big Meadowlands, freaking,
like the Brendan Byrne Arena.
Yeah,
Whoa.
Man, and it was insane. And Kane Hodder was there, and Betsy Palmer was there, and Tom Savini was there, and I hadn't seen them in ages. This was like the first convention I did, you know.
Right.
And so I'm there, and you know, there's a good story about Betsy Palmer, who played Pamela Voorhees in Friday the 13th.
What a lovely woman.
There, and I had never met her before, you know.
Yeah.
So there was thousands of people there. So they said, Ari, go in this room and just wait and get set, put your photos out and you get ready, and you know. And there's Betsy Palmer, you know, across the tape, you know, on the other wall. So I just walked up. This tells you a lot about her. I walked up to Betsy and I just went, Mama, like this, you know. And
without hesitation, she just hugged you, right?
She just took me in her arms.
Yeah.
But then she put her hands on my shoulders and said, now who the fuck are you? And I told her, and you know, we became really good friends. So she helped me a lot. So at that show, it kind of dawned on me, maybe I should move towards punk and reggae. I mean, punk and metal.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I was doing reggae world music, and that's not really, you know, the horror fans were there, and they literally, some of them got my CD the first day, and they came back the second day and said, yeah, well, that's a great reggae album. I don't really usually listen to reggae, you know, but that was pretty cool. So
punk and metal usually go hand in hand with horror, as you know.
So I said to myself, every punk loves horror, every metalhead loves horror.
Yeah.
Not every horror fan loves metal and punk, but vice versa, forget it. They all So what happened was, now I said, I'm going to have to kind of rethink this whole thing. How do I put together this idea? First, Jason. And I got a lot of help initially from a friend of mine who was the drummer who subbed for the drummer in Cro-Mags.
Oh, okay.
And his name is Cleaver.
Okay.
Okay. It's this Israeli cat who's an amazing drummer, right? So he would sub because I think Harley and the drummer didn't always get along, la, la, la. So Cleaver actually toured with them throughout Europe. So we played jazz and reggae and other stuff together, but because he knew about punk and particularly a fan of Bad Brains.
Oh,
okay?
Bad Brains is awesome. And there's only one.
And exactly, because he said to me, look, here's a punk band that plays reggae. Because, Bad Brains has reggae songs.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I was like, wow, it was a very smart move on his part because it kind of opened the door to me. Now,
that opened the door to a lot of people, Bad Brains.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Now, there is a little other part of the story because when I was at NYU, I had the great good fortune to be friends with Dave Insurgent, who is the singer for Reagan Youth.
Yes.
And so at that time, this is way before. But I had been informed in the sense that he would come over and listen to me play jazz. And then he would take me over to like CBGB's and I would watch his band. I got to see the Bad Brains. I got to see the Dead Kennedys and all of these bands. I got to see White Zombie. So,
man,
I was still at that time I was the jazz hippie kind of guy, but I had witnessed that. So remembering that and working with Cleaver, I started First Jason. Now, while on tour, I met my beautiful wife, Elaine, and we moved to Chicago. And in Chicago now, I got to meet because, there's this band Macabre.
I've heard of them. Yeah.
Now, Macabre is this murder metal band. Now, they're very, very much of a death metal band.
They have an album called Jeffrey Dahmer, I think.
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
I know it. Yeah,
all their songs are about actual serial killers, and they are fantastic. They put out an album 2 years ago, which is amazing, and they're still touring. They're a great band.
Yep.
In fact, Macabre is the first band ever to have an album of all double bass drum tracks on the whole album. And that was like 25 years ago. So, and they're just amazing. So the bass player they had a little hiatus. So he jumped in and he helped us a lot. He's called Nefarious, the bass player, Chuck Nefarious.
What a name. That's a great name.
Oh, he's an amazing player too.
Yeah.
And it was one of those moments where, I truly benefited from the insight of a musician who had the knowledge that I needed to access, and I'm eternally grateful to all those musicians. Bands like Johnny Vomit and The Ugly here in Chicago that helped me, because I needed to get a sound together, man.
Yeah.
So then we released Jason Is Watching. With those songs,
what
Jason
year was that?
Dies, Jason Is Watching, Machete Is My Friend. So,
what year was that, Ari, when you released that? The
2009.
Okay, yeah, because you know what, I remember meeting you at one of the conventions back in the day. This is before we even had the gig, and you had just released that. I was trying to figure out the time frame of when it was, but it was
had it on a CD and a sleeve for $10 or something.
Yeah, no, it was on your table. I you know what it was? It was for that. It was for the 30th anniversary of Friday the 13th.
Oh, that's right.
at Hunt Valley.
And also, they had released the new movie in 2009 too. So
yeah, it was
I
right
think
around
it was
that time. Wow.
like October 13th or something. I can't remember, but
And that was the last. That was the last official Friday the 13th movie that they released. Hopefully, this new stuff will see the light of day, because I do believe, from what I heard last, that the lawsuit is indeed over.
can you believe it, man?
I can't believe that it went that long, and like the fans are the ones that really suffered from it, and these guys, they sued each other for all this time and like countersuing and like getting it thrown out of court, and think about all the millions of dollars that could have been made in the process. That's 14 years of hold
Well,
up.
they still made money on merchandising no matter what.
Yeah, no, of course.
But the thing is, okay, I have some insights on this because I got to work with Sean Cunningham in Germany about what is that, like 2 months ago?
Okay.
And Sean, he's a very interesting person, and he gave me some insights about the whole thing. Yeah, well, first of all, the lawsuit ended 2 years ago. So that lawsuit has been over for 2 years.
Wow, and they still hasn't.
Well, you've got two factors. Sean, upon the, the lawsuit favored Victor in the sense that this is what happened. He got monies that were coming to him all along.
Right.
As a writer, not as a work for hire, as a writer. So now he's entitled to those royalties only from the movie that I was in. The first one. Well, I'm also in parts 1, 2, and 4. Yes, because they reused
The flashback
footage.
scenes. Yeah.
Yeah. Not that I was paid for all that, but that's another story. But Victor got the rights to the first Friday the 13th. Okay. So, what does that mean? It means he does not have. He has the rights to this Jason. No, where is it? That Jason. He doesn't have the rights to
the other Jason.
This Jason. Over there.
The zombie Jason.
No, he doesn't have the rights to Hockey Mask Jason. So, so then Brian Fuller came forward with this idea with A24 and Peacock, and
For Crystal Lake.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
So, we're hoping the best for that. The other factor was, of course, Nick, the writer's strike and the strike. So that delayed everything.
Yeah.
But so here's what Sean said. Sean said they are going forward with the TV series, that there will be a film as well. But in the sense, like the way that Friday the 13th Part 3, if you remember, was 3D.
Right.
And that was really, well, I'll tell you another story, but Friday the 13th Part 3 being 3D, and that's where the hockey mask comes in.
Right.
You see? So we shouldn't underestimate the fact that it was kind of a new format.
Yeah, no, they were pushing it for the time. It was 3D at that point was hot as far as like, they had released like the Amityville in 3D. They did Jaws in 3D.
Jaws in 3D. That's
yeah, Jaws
right.
3D at that time. And then there was another thing that was in 3D that came out. Didn't they do the Black Lagoon in 3D?
Yeah, they did a lot of kooky stuff in 3D.
Yeah, it's
it
was the 80s. They wanted to.
So Sean hinted that they're considering doing a film in
3D.
some new format.
Oh.
So what does he mean?
5D?
IMAX?
I
5D?
know.
What's that?
I don't even know, because the only thing I know is 4D is like you could smell it, and like sometimes that's like in Disney when they shoot you with like water and stuff. So 5D would be like an actual, like him coming off the screen and actually killing you.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. So
Hey,
Ari, actually, I want to
run to
play
the
the song
theater.
that you had sent me tonight. You sent me your new video.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so we're gonna do that right now.
Yeah.
It's called "Look."
The song is "Look What You Did."
There you go.
It's got lyrics from Mama Voorhees in Friday the 13th, and the footage that you see of me, it's from a movie in which I play the devil, and it's from the movies called Lust, Magic, and the Witch's Sabbath. The song is "Look What You Did."
All right, so we're going to put that on right now.
Tell him I'm going to mute him because we'd hear him while the...
Okay, yeah, so, all right, what we're going to do is we're going to mute you, and we'll bring you right back after the video goes on, okay?
Thank you.
We'll be back. There it is, Eddie Machete shredding. Love it.
He's got to unmute himself.
Oh,
Yep.
wait, he has to unmute himself, or you have to?
Yeah, I got it.
Oh, okay,
It's
cool.
Yep.
All right.
Eddie Machete, indeed, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Eddie Machete just ripped in that song, dude. It's good to see the boys
Eddie
and Bass
helped,
Amp.
with the production and mastering of that song, in fact, yeah.
Where'd you guys record that out of?
Well, we record at Uptown Recording in Chicago.
Yep.
Yeah, which is where our big sister band, Nonpoint, that is their Rob Ruccia, who's been very, very instrumental and significant in helping me get my sound across, especially vocals. Rob is now traveling with Nonpoint all the time. So, yeah, in fact, we may be moving on to because we have to. We're it looks like we're going to start working together with a small label out of Indianapolis, which I'm really excited about.
Yeah, man.
We brought a new player in on bass and vocals. His name is Colin Fial, and he's out of Indianapolis. He plays in a bunch of bands, but he's been really helpful. He's just an amazing road musician and just a great performer. And he helped me with some of those resources. And there's a bunch of cool stuff coming up, man. You know, First Jason has been so fortunate because we've gotten to play so many shows. You know, there's so much demand that, you know, we've been in a van for a lot more time than we really want to be. But
yeah, no, you're doing it every week. I see you got something going on, dude. I gotta, you know, give it up to you, brother, because you definitely are out there working your ass off, man, and you're doing it, bro. You're all over the place.
I'm glad you noticed, Nick, baby. Thank you.
No, I mean, man, I would love it, man. It's
because we got the really exciting thing this year was Frightmare in the Falls, which was up in Niagara Falls.
Oh, that's cool.
They put us on their after party, and somehow it was just a perfect storm. It was a full moon night. It was that eclipse, and just there were so many people there. They absolutely packed the venue, and it was so full that when like David and all the Terrifier crew got there, it was like they couldn't even stand in there. It was so packed.
Yeah, you know what? Terrify is making the rounds right now. That's the hot piece of cake right now.
Oh, no doubt.
You see those guys all over the place, and they're the nicest people, man. Like Damien's really cool, and David, yeah,
and Jenna, and all those people. They're absolutely the best.
And then the kid too, you know, like the what's his name, Elliot. You know, from Punk Little
Very nice kid. Yeah,
very nice. And we've seen him grow through the years. You know, his parents used to be vendors at like Monster Mania, so I used to see that kid like running around like when he was. I call him a kid. He's a man now, but I used to see him. Yeah, man, I used to see him running around interviewing all kinds of celebrities and stuff. If you like pull up like his YouTube, he like interviewed like James Hetfield from Metallica and a bunch of people. Yeah, back in the day when he was he was like six or 7 years old. Well, now he's in the Terrifier movie. So like, yeah, he actually, you know what?
We were working together in Minneapolis. At Crypticon. But
I heard that's a good gig.
Amazing team. But so that was a great thing. And then so we performed at Hard Rock Cafe in Pittsburgh.
That's awesome.
And I'm happy to say they've asked us back for Halloween 2024, which is something really.
So you're already booked almost a year out. That's great.
And well, I mean, because they loved the show. We loved working with them. It's a great room. You know, it's Tom Savini town, so there's a lot of Friday the 13th vibe there.
Sure.
And it's just for any musicians, that Hard Rock Cafe in Pittsburgh, it's a great room with great sound, and it's got Stevie Wonder's guitar right there on the stage.
Wow.
So another exciting thing is, and I can't be too specific about this yet, but I think you're going to love this because this is near you. First Jason and I are going to be appearing at the Blairstown Diner.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, dude. At the Blairstown Diner. They just did a thing with Spirit Halloween. They're going to be doing it again. I do know the date. You probably could guess it, but I'll leave that up in the air for a minute. But it is confirmed.
All right.
And this is probably the first time the world has heard about it. First Jason will be appearing at The Blairstown Diner in Blairstown, New Jersey.
So, kids, though, if you're trying to figure out what that Blairstown Diner is, the Blairstown Diner was in the original Friday 13th. Steve Christie, the owner of Camp Crystal Lake, stops there before his ultimate demise. He does stop there in a rainstorm, and it's just become part of the lore. If you go to Blairstown, where they filmed the original Friday the 13th, not too far from there, in what is that, Hope, New Jersey?
It's in Hardwick, New Jersey,
Hardwick.
where Camp Nobi Bosco is.
Yeah, I just actually visited Nobi Bosco over the summer for the first time. I haven't been there ever, but I took
Did you get in? You got a ticket.
Yeah. I took Zozo to it, and it was a big reunion. Obviously, we missed you. I don't think they should really put on reunions without you being there, because you are a focal point there. So
they invited me though. No, they invited me. We had been previously booked.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because you constantly. That's even like when we try to like work stuff out. Like you have like a very small window of opportunity, because you constantly have like things going on. So that's good, man.
Best,
you're busy.
Man. I'm very, very happy about it. Very pleased with the way things are going. I mean, there is such a community out there of horror rock bands that I've even thought, there's horror cons, but what about a horror rock band con? So I'm working with a promoter out here in Illinois, and we're doing a thing called Killing It Illinois.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe DemonScar wants to come out and play.
I would.
That's
you know what?
Gonna be in June.
In June?
In June. I mean, you're more than invited.
Thank you, dude. I appreciate that.
It's gonna be. They have a venue with a hotel kind of thing, so they're gonna do a little weekend. But it's small. We're going to start small, and we do have plans to work within, because I did that song "Killing It."
I was just about to ask you about that.
We want to bring in the people who did that song with me, so we're looking to bring in the great Tim Capello on saxophone, who's on that song too, and Twisted, who are our dear friends. If we can get them on that date,
that'd be awesome.
And we're in talks, and then
Courtney Gaines is on there too, right?
Well, Courtney Gaines has a band, and he has Courtney Gaines Band, and we actually played together on the 13th of October at this very chaotic metal festival in North Carolina. But his band is really good. People should check it out. It's not metal or punk. It's more it's like very bluesy rock.
Okay.
And it's damn good. And he's got a real nice kind of Tom Petty kind of vibe about
That's cool.
It's good music.
Yeah.
So you see what we're doing. We're just having fun, and it means so much to me how the character Jason has really become like part of American mythology, and is just reaching so many people, even little kids nowadays,
Yeah. And I've seen you interact, even with my daughter, like I know we're friends, but even like, I told her tonight, because she goes to bed before the podcast, but she's excited to tune in and see you, because
how's she doing? How's Zoe doing?
She's great, man. She tomorrow I'm gonna pick her up from school, and I have her for the weekend, and she's
I saw her in that Kiss makeup.
Yeah. I took her to go see Kiss,
man. Yeah, she looked real cool, man.
Yeah, it was a great time. I was just talking about that before I brought you out, man. It was a very emotional thing, because my mom took me to go see Kiss for my first time back in the day, and now it's like passing the torch down and bringing little Zozo to it. So it was a great time.
That just goes to show you. I mean, that's a real legacy of rock and roll there. I mean, and when you think about what we're all trying to do, I think, is to create a music scene that's connected with all of this. And when you look at something like that, it spans the generations. I think that against all odds, defying everything and against all the trends and everything, rock and roll just never dies. It's gonna persevere forever,
Yeah,
It's
hell
here
yeah.
to stay, baby.
There's people that talk negatively about Kiss, but hey, man, you know what? For a band that started 50 years ago and just sold out 2 shows at the Garden and played there, they said it was their 49th time playing at Madison Square Garden. You can't talk shit about anything that they've done.
No way.
No.
They're still on the road. They're touring. They're actually touring.
75
at
years
that
old.
age, in that costume, doing
Right.
the whole thing, please.
So
they invented this shit.
There's
I
people
mean,
that is.
At
Oh, I'm
someone
sorry.
like
cut you off.
Ice Nine Kills,
Yeah.
who we got to work together with, how theatrical. Like, they literally call themselves theatrical metal.
They're doing it crazy. They're opening up for Metallica now.
It's insane. And they are amazing. But all I'm trying to say is that type of theatrical metal was definitely pioneered by Kiss, Alice Cooper, all of those artists. I think they saw they had the imagination.
Sure.
And they were playful. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They allow themselves to play with something and to have fun with something, and then it just catches on. It's amazing. Ozzy Osbourne, you look at his last record, just absolutely incredible. It's powerful legacy. And I think, to address my own position, as much as I love having played Little Jason, how important that is to me. The guitar thing now, Nick, I'm just doing more shredding on the guitar. And what I found is people love that. I just lean out in front and just shred. And I don't know. It's like a whole new vibe, Once upon a time, people weren't as open to hearing that instrumental stuff, that virtuoso stuff,
Yeah.
But they're eating it up now, baby. And that's where I'm going. I want to even start doing like guitar tutorials, and I'm going to start doing like riff of the day and, get up and do stuff like that, because I think that's my really best mode of communication. Plus, we've got
plus you're talented,
got a
man.
best of compilation coming out. That's a 7-year retrospective. That's going to be called Killing It. I just got the artwork for that today. It's beyond belief. And then we're going on to do a new album. I've already got 3 new songs for the new album, including one called Master Slasher. So
you're always working, bro, and I appreciate that, man. And I appreciate you, and I thank you for coming on here and spending some time with me. And
did you ever notice that your name is very similar to the character who played Robin? Wasn't it Dick Grayson?
Yeah, Dick Grayson.
And you're
Nick Graystone.
Nick Graystone. Did that ever occur to you?
No, not really. But now that you mention it, I got to add that to my arsenal. I usually get like Greystoke, like Tarzan, or Castle Grayskull. Yeah. I know one thing: if I ever become like on that level, I'll never have to change my name because Nick Graystone is already there, bro. Like that's the name.
It's an amazingly badass name. It sure is.
Thank you, man. I hope I fit it well.
You do, bro.
Thanks, dude.
And I want to say, I'm noticing all the new internet web content, and you got your finger on the pulse, baby.
Yeah, I've been working. You know what? All right, thank you, man. I appreciate that. I've been working really hard at doing this, and I'm just really proud of my band. Proud of myself. Just moving forward, and I'm like an ape right now. I'm just throwing all kinds of shit at the wall, and hopefully something sticks, and we'll see what happens. But I just want to plug our show before I let you go. Again, that's January 13th. That's going to be at Lucky 13. It's going to be a great night of music. We have first Jason. We have
Make sure you're
DemonScar.
there and mention this broadcast for some free First Jason merch.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And you could, selfies and stuff, and come down, and that'll be cool. Come and hang with the boys.
I can't wait to see you, bro.
Me too, bro. Me too. It's been a while, and we all looking forward to that. It's Saturday at Lucky 13. The place kind of looks like my old bedroom, and currently my new bedroom too. So
because it's covered with horror memorabilia,
memorabilia, and like metal. So like we
Yes.
said, they go hand in hand. But Ari, thanks again for coming on tonight, brother. If I do not talk to you before then, I want you to have a great holiday season. And
thank you. Happy Hanukkah.
yes, thank you, brother. Happy holidays to
Merry
you.
Christmas. Happy Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah. Yeah, everything.
We just lit the candles, baby.
Oh, you did? Oh, yes, right. That's Happy Hanukkah tonight, bro. I'm sorry I didn't even say that to you. So I will catch up soon, dude. And if not, I will see you in Brooklyn on the 13th, dude.
Rock and roll.
Rock and roll, bro. Jason never dies, dude.
So much, bro.
Thank you very much, brother. I'll talk to you soon. All right. Ari was great. Thank you so much for coming on, man. It's amazing. Like, I learned something new all the time. He never told me that story about his Apollo theater experience, and that's pretty awesome, man. And I look forward to continuing my friendship with him and learning new stuff about him. Very interesting man. So, kiddies, yeah, that was a great night. I did my plug in the beginning of Mr. Beery's. Again, check them out. Tonight's open mic night. Tomorrow is Bad Mary, the Christmas show. And then on Saturday, we have the holiday Christmas Winter Wonderland hosted by the lovely Julia. She's going to be there. And at night, they're going to have some great karaoke. You might even see me, but I'm not sure yet. We'll see how it goes. But if I don't see you next week, I'll let you know. There might be a little scheduling conflict, but if not, I will be back next week. If not, I will definitely be back before Christmas. Kiddies, I love you. I will talk to you soon. And this is Nick Graystone, and I'm out. Later.
Don't go anywhere yet, just Mr. Graystone.
What do you got?
It's your birthday
Nick! Happy birthday, pal. Hope you have a great time tomorrow.
I appreciate that. Oh, so we were talking about that right before we go. Tomorrow is my birthday, and it is one of the darkest days in rock history.
Yeah.
So we have the birth of Jim Morrison. We have the death of John Lennon.
Oh, it's the death of, isn't it Bonham, right? Doesn't Bonham die?
Dimebag Darrell from Pantera.
Ah, I knew it was somebody. Somebody
and
else
then
died.
Nick Razzle Dingle from Hanoi Rocks was killed by Vince Neil on my birthday in December 8th, 1984.
Killed by Vince Neil?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Vehicular manslaughter.
Oh, right. I forgot all about that.
Yeah,
yes, I know
so
what
it's
you're
a
talking about.
very dark day.
Wow.
And then the birth of the Antichrist. Thank you for calculating my birth, mommy and daddy.
Well, yeah. Now we have something. We can make it good. We make it a good day because it's your birthday. So
Yeah, absolutely. Something has to be good. It's the Immaculate Conception also. So for all you enthusiasts out there, so you have the Antichrist, and then you have me, and then you have the Immaculate Conception, and I fall somewhere in there. Kiddies, again, I already signed out, but I might as well do it again. I'm Nick Graystone, and you're not. Later.
Thank you for listening to Primal Scream. I'm Nick Graystone, a.k.a. The Nizza. Each week, Primal Scream is produced by Tony Walker and executive produced by DemonScar. Always remember, nobody writes your story but you. Later.